In this video, we're going to use the toggle command to flip the state of a user LED. The toggle command will flip the state of any pin that it's used on. This is the 7th video in a set of 10 for people beginning their journey with the JackBord Basic. For a full list of videos in this series, search the TMT code shown in the middle of the screen at jb.works. For this video, you're going to need the JackBord Basic, a USB-C cable, a PC or a Chromebook, and either the Google Chrome web browser or the Microsoft Edge web browser. Right, before we start talking about toggling states, it's a good idea to actually know what a state is. So the first thing to keep in mind is that computers use binary ones and zeros, and all binary means is that it's one thing or another. It can only be one state at a time. So for computers, it's either 1 or 0. So where 1 is on and 0 is off. And this is called the state of a pin. So when a pin state is 1, that means it's currently at 3.3 volts and it's got power on it, and therefore it's on. And then when a pin is off, that means it's currently at 0 volts and is off. It has no power on it. So you can see the table here. So for a computer, whenever you look at a computer board or a motherboard or a circuit board, all the little connections, by far the vast majority, if the voltage on that connection is less than about 0.8 of a volt, the pin state is 0 or off or low. But if the voltage is above or equal to about 2 volts, it is 1, high or on. Okay, a good way to learn about states is to actually look at them in physical reality. So what I've got here is I've got the JackBord Basic and I've got it connected to the basic top. And all I've done is I've connected the 3 volt power supply via this button to an LED so that when I press the button, the LED goes on. Okay? And then over here I've got a voltmeter, and what this is doing is it's telling me the voltage across the LED. So remember we said that a state of low state or a 0 state was 0 volts. So right now the LED has basically 0 volts. It's pretty close to 0 volts. Now when I press the button, notice that the voltage has gone up to 3 volts and the LED is turned on. So the state is now on, or you could say 1 or high. And if I turn the power off, the state becomes low or 0 because again the voltage has gone down to 0 and the LED is turned off. So basically this is a state. State is on, state is off. State is on, state is off. So all the toggle command does is from the command line it lets you toggle the state of a pin of something. So it could be one of these pins, it could be one of the user LEDs, or it could be this LED here. So the toggle command toggles or changes between two states. So the toggle command, or TG, and we use TG just because that's shorter, is used to toggle the state of a pin. So the format is TG space and then the name of the pin that you want to toggle. So for example, in our case, we want to toggle one of the user LED pins. So to toggle user LED number 1, you would type TG space L1, press enter, and that will toggle the state of the user LED number 1. So we're here on the command line and I've got the JackBord Basic in the lower right hand corner. Let's just say hi, nothing happens. So we'll just quickly come over here and connect her up. Okay, and then we say hi again. And something happens, yay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to toggle the state of user LED number 1. So we go TG, then L1, enter, and it turns on. So now I'm just going to rerun the exact same command and it will turn off. So you see it's toggling from off to on, and then in this case from on to off. So if I wanted to toggle a different user LED, say number 5, then I just type in TG space L5, where L5 is the pin number. So let's run that. And again. So this is how the toggle command works. So as a further example, I want to make a 2 LED flasher, and what that means is I want user LEDs 1 and 2 to be on, or user LEDs 3 and 4 to be on. And we're going to do this using the toggle command. So the first thing we're going to do is turn all of the LEDs off. Then we're going to set up our system by turning user LED 1 on and user LED 2 on. And then finally, this is the command that will actually do the toggling. So what we're doing here is we're toggling user LED 1, toggling user LED 2, which because they're already on, will turn them off. And remember that user LEDs 4 and 5 were already off, so when we toggle those, they'll turn on. So that means that at any time, we should only ever have user LEDs 1 and 2 on, or user LEDs 4 and 5. Okay, we're on the command line now. So what we're going to do is first we're going to make sure they're all off. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set our user LED number 1 on and user LED number 2 on. So that means the left two are on. Then we're going to go toggle L1 pipe, toggle L2 pipe. So that will toggle the values of our user LEDs 1 and 2. Then we're going to go toggle L4 and toggle L5. Now these last two will toggle the values of the last two user LEDs. So if I press enter, you see that? So 1 and 2 went out and 4 and 5 lit up. So if I run this again, 1 and 2 lit up and 4 and 5 went out. So basically it's toggling 2 LEDs at a time between two states, which is on and off. So to summarize, the state means the current value of a pin. So it's either on, or 3 volts, as we saw before, or off, or 0 volts. And the purpose of the TG or toggle command is to flip the state of a pin. So if it's on, it will turn it off. If it's off, it will turn it on. In the next video, we'll control the color and brightness of the user LEDs using RGB or red, green, and blue values from the command line. To go straight to the next video, visit jb.works and search the TMT code shown on the screen. For more information, visit jb.works.